Hi there, welcome to Xposed TV, brought to you by Stealth Productions. I'm Sarah and will be your host for the rest of the show. In the studios with us, we have the Chutney's youngest living legend. Do you want to know who that is? Well, I hope you stay tuned with us because not only does he have that title, but he is a singer, songwriter, and a changing with the times kind of an entertainer. We have so much to ask him. He's got so much going on, and we'll try to get it all fit in this interview. Right here at Stealth Production Studios, here he is, Neeshan Prabhu. Who, you may say? Well, we all know him as Neeshan D Hitman. Welcome to Xposed TV. How are you?
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for having me.
No, it's such a pleasure. We've always wanted to have you on, and now that you're here, we're going to ask as many questions as possible.
I know, fire away.
Okay. You are a household name in the West Indian community. There isn't an event, a party, a wedding, anything that you attend that does not play your music. The two biggest hits, Don't Hold Me Back and Mr. Shankar, has cemented your name in the music industry. How has that all come about, and how has it propelled your career, your singing career, and you being an artist?
Well, it's funny, these two songs that you call, Don't Hold Me Back and Mr. Shankar, really is two of the biggest songs that I ever performed and recorded and sang, right? Don't Hold Me Back came about when I was in New York, 96, 97. My mom asked three of my brothers and myself to record a song on her CD, and Don't Hold Me Back was one of the songs, and that was one of the big songs for that year, and actually it was my first ever recorded song. Shankar, it's ironic, I went back to New York, and my mom and them was there, and we did the same thing. And in Trinidad, this station, that's Iowa George, had us have a station, 91.1, 91.9 I think it is, and they started playing it, and they started to look for the guy who sing that song, Shankar. And it's like, they came and they find me, I don't know, they say, Hitman, he's the guy who do this song. They say, yeah, this song is really big, man. And these two songs really helped me in my career to understand the soca side of the stuff with Shankar, and Don't Hold Me Back cemented it in the Chutney side. So bringing the two together, we have the soca Chutney, and this is where the household thing come in. When you go to when you're in Trinidad, even all races know Hitman. They know my music because it's so acceptable. They can understand it, and it's so the up tempo, the Caribbean music, and the Chutney. That's what it is. So the people, I think, they love that about it.
And we all love it. And over time, people cannot get enough of it.
God.
So that is definitely the hit. That Soca Chutney, you mentioned that those two songs having a history with Soca and Chutney. But the Soca Chutney genre of music is going through a verge of change. Some people want to massively change it. To do away with the cover songs and to promote more original works of art. And then there's some that, are okay with it the way it is. What's your take on that?
Well, doing away with the cover songs, you see, for me, when I started singing Don't Hold Me Back, and even Shankar, listen, Mr. Shankar, if we go out, say, well, we use the Bollywood melodies, right? And there's a very thin line between the soca music and the soca chutney music. So when you come with the idea of doing away with stuff, we really can't do away with that, because to me, when you use, like, take for instance Shankar, that is Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Katara Kena, and coming from a background where I came from, we love the Bollywood music. We love the Bollywood music, and generation of this day and this time, plenty of them don't even know the Kishore Kumar and the Mohammed Rafi and Lata Mangeshkar songs. They hear it in the remix now. And a guy like me singing back a song and taking Jai Jai Shiva Shankar and putting a thing like, listen, Mr. Shankar, this generation is paying attention to it. So when you go to the household and you hear the father playing this song in the house, children, you're going to hear them asking, and this is what really happened. Parents come up to me and tell me these stories. You understand? And the melodies of the song, as I say in the thin line, if we done away with the Bollywood melodies, then you wouldn't really identify the East Indian side of the chutney soca to the soca music. So we need to keep that there and keep it alive too. If that help it keep it alive. And for the part of the original melodies, we need to do original melodies. And who following Hitman music, they will know there's a lot of original songs I do. And I still do the melodies of the cover version songs. And up to this day, we still even sing over a whole cover version of only Hindi songs straight out of Bollywood. And I don't see that as a problem, and I think we should embrace that. Yes, we should try to move forward by doing original music, but in this industry that we're in this Chutney music industry, there's not a lot of innovators. There's not a lot of I would say a lot of people who know how to bring these kind of new melodies. Because for instance, in India, right, when you hear a song come out from an Indian movie, before it reached to the studio and reached to the radio stations and where we hear, these guys and them, to create that melody, they sit down with a harmonium. Some of them in America, they will use a guitar. Right. But the artists that we have now in this day and in this industry right now, they don't even know how to start to do that. You understand? So that's why you're going to hear a lot of the cover versions and the Bollywood melody, because they don't know how to do that. So, and in a way, it's good we still doing it. But we need people to actually to try, but it's very hard to keep that identity of the East Indian side in the music. So the cover versions is important, not to lose that and forget. And we need people to actually try to create that, and it's very hard, as I said. And if they follow Hitman music, this is what I'm trying to do, you know. But we can't really done away with that. I don't think we should.
Okay. Well, there's your take on it.
Yeah.
And of course, we wanted to know what you thought about it, because there's so much going on both sides of the fence. Now, your music as well as you have gone through quite a transformation. Mm-hmm. We'll get back to the physical transformation in a bit. That's coming up. But on the music aspect of it, you're at the forefront of the Chutney music rum songs. You've made quite a big splash. You have had quite a bit of good runnings with that aspect of music during those days.
Yeah.
But you didn't want to continue your career being known for that. Mm-hmm. So the first wave of change came, and the industry wasn't going to have it because rum songs are still in. Mm-hmm. Then the second wave of change came about. You didn't want to continue what the norm is, singing about women in that derogatory fashion, demeaning and all that aspect of it. You wanted to sing about empowering women, and that's taken a backlash as well. So what is it that's happening? What's this evolution of music that's happening in your camp, and why is it happening now?
Well, it really started, you know, when you go out there and as an entertainer, you meet a lot of people, have a lot of views on what they think you should be singing. You know what I mean? And coming from a background of, as we talking about the rum songs, where we have a group of people who love to have a good time. And if you go to a fete, come on, if you go to a party, or you go to a lime or a birthday party or a soak-up party or a chutney, they're going to have alcohol. Right? I mean, say if you go to church, you're not gonna see that there. Why? Because that's not the place for it.
Right.
You go to a chutney show, you're gonna see it there. And then with a little party and come out with a little drinking. Some of us overdo it, of course, which we try not. This is why Hitman trying to help the situation. But when I took the stand of not recording any more rum songs, maybe like about 2 or 3 years ago, yes, a lot of people said, well, Hitman don't know what he's doing, because that's what everybody wanna hear, and you know this. But I think if we're going to make a change, right, because I didn't like what I was hearing. People were saying, well, if they do sing rum song, these people can't sing nothing else, and they can't make a hit, and you know, that kind of talk. And I was like, that's not true. And I didn't like what I was hearing about our Chutney music. And I think that if the Lord bless us, bless Hitman, to make all these hits with these rum songs, well, why not he can give me hits with other songs? And I start recording other songs. This song's, Girl, You Know I Was a Drinker, that one of the artists' song, right? That song was given to me. I was actually learning that song to perform it. But then when I listened to the lyrics of the song, right, it was saying that, you know, I changed the girl to a drinker. And here, you know, you're having Hitman going to a show, and this lady's going to come and say, Hitman, look what you saying there, and my husband died last week and he didn't want to stop drinking. So then you put yourself in a position, right, and being in a place you're trying to please everybody, but you can't. But then when you look at actually what is really happening, for the music and for the people, it was not right. So I had to take that stand. And I think if you're gonna take a stand, you don't take a stand from the underneath. You take a stand from the top, because where they're looking, they're looking at up. So if Hitman is on top, then Hitman do that. I mean, say, as you said, a lot of people think but between me and you, I don't really care, because I think I want to do a right. A right cannot be wrong, and a wrong, you know what I mean, cannot be right. So my stance for that, and I did it, and I'm still here, you know, and I still go to shows and I perform some of my biggest hits, which is Shankar, Firewater, and thing, and people love it. And when you hear some of my new songs, if you listen to Janu Medi Jan and a couple of the independent ladies that you said, when we talk about degrading ladies, we need to give love and show love to the women, because women are so important to our society. You know what I mean? In our homes, if your mom, your sister, how could you say something? Oh, I mean, I say we need a little bacchanal in the music. It's obvious, because we need to have fun, right? But not all the time. We have to draw a line somewhere, and that's what I did. And I believe in God, and I believe He have me where He is, not these things. And if He could bless me in one way, well, He could bless me in other ways too. So I took my stand, and I still stand by that, and I still go with that.
Why do you think you're taking the backlash of these changes that you're implementing? Well, obviously you're a pioneer,
and it's working. It is making a difference, because when I took that stand a couple of years ago, it had that year when you pick up a Chutney CD from Trinidad, nearly every song used to be a rum song. You understand? And if you pick up a CD now, if you hear from all the artists who are out there, and you hear 2 rum songs, you hear plenty. So the change, it did make a difference, and it is making a difference. And as I said, they're going to look up. And a lot of things I do in the industry, I see a lot of artists copy it. And if they could copy that, that's so good. And it's working. So
well, let's hope they continue to do so.
Yeah, and they can still sing the thing, but you know, I see it's working, and it ease up. So when we had 15 songs on a CD with only rum, now pick it up, you're going to see 1 or 2. So tell me, is it working?
I think it's working.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's... Well, and this is why I feel celebrities should use that platform for not just, you know, their good, but for the good of the people who are following them, the fans.
But this is how I see it. This is how I see my blessing. This is how I see my music career is a blessing from God. And what are we gonna do with our blessing? Your blessing here right now is to take this program and to put good thing out there for people. You could take this and have whatever you want on it. But then who is gonna look on at this? And then people they take it lightly when they think of the next generation. Everybody talk about the children is the future. Who is helping the children? Who is setting the example for the children? The children is the future. But tell them to go and drink, tell them to go and do this, tell them to do everything wrong. But yes, the children is the future. So what the children is going to do is what they see we do. Because when they put on the TV, they're going to see Hitman. Who is Hitman? What Hitman saying? You know, and I believe so strongly in this, and I know it works. And I see the change in the music industry. A lot of people don't want who we hear recording it still. Nothing wrong in that. But the point is, that is not what all Chutney is about. That is not what a hit could come out about. Is not only could make a hit, is that. No, I stand by what I believe, and I think my lifestyle and what I'm doing now, it proves that.
Well, and you've been on the national stage, you've been on the international stage, you are an entertainer with fantastic celebration, I would say. You're very celebrated. You've been on the major stages with the likes of MMXIV, Pitbull, the late great Sundar Popo.
The legend.
The legend.
Yeah.
So all of these people, including those on the international stage, also on the national stage, you've performed with women, some of whom I know you're going to mention. How did these collaborations, they don't just happen to people, but they've happened to you. Yeah. It just doesn't happen to everyone,
I know,
but it's happened to you. How did those collaborations just like started? How did they all, end up happening with you? And, how has it benefited your work as an artist?
Well, I think my track records, it will show how it benefit, in a sense that how people look at Hitman, what they think of me, what they think of my work, and what the music is doing to the public out there. So this is my stance when I took the rum song. I know they pay a lot of attention to me in my crazy days, so I'm gonna give them something to pay attention more in a positive life, right? And as you said earlier on, you said Chutney, youngest living legend. That's a very serious title. I take it as, because when you say a legend, you think of legend. If I look at legend, I say Kishore Kumar. I talk legends of people who did great things and they deserve that. But and you said all these collaborations, right? And all these things happen to me. Is that what makes somebody what they are? And the collaborations, there's so much artists I recorded. I recorded Bonji collaboration. I record with Drupati. I record with Alison Hine. I record with oh man, so much names to call, you know. And in the ladies side of thing, in the Chutney world, I gotta give props to some of the women in the Chutney world. And when I do a collaboration, mind you, the chemistry gotta be right.
Right.
Whether if it's a guy or a woman, right? And for the women, one of the women I love working with is Drupati, because Drupati is one of our legends, and I hope people give her that prop and look up to her and give her give her the credit where credit is due for Drupati. She deserves it. Then we have Alison Hine is a very talented person in the soca music, very respected. And then we have Neeshan B, did some good work in the Chutney world, and the chemistry with all these people were real. When we talk off stage, we communicate off stage, it's good. So being with them that way bring me to the conclusion that it's good and we're gonna work together. Somebody, look, me and Kes came on this song with Spanner, with me. Alison was on that song too. Bonji, very talented guy. You know what I mean? That is some of the stuff that I'm proud of. Yeah. You know what I mean? And there's so much things happening in my career that I'm blessed. And all these things that happen, I know. That's why I myself, this like how, but I get my answer, it's God. So I would not scared to say, well, all right, I don't want to sing a rum song. Some guys at the time when I was making that decision, they say, well, oh, that's the end of Hitman. Right? But I mean to say, come on, if you believe what you believe in and you stand by it and you believe that God is the true master and the true one who does grant everything, you have no fear. So I'm not scared of anything, and all these blessings that come my way, I accept it and I try to pass it on to the people who is looking and the people who is listening. So somehow or the other I could give back to what a blessing I have.
He's not only the hitman, he's also fearless.
Yeah.
And you can have them in both of those things in the same person, as you can see evidence right here. Now, let's talk about your physical transformation. Yeah. Who or what do you attribute this change to, the new you?
Well, if people following Hitman, who really following Hitman over the years, when I sing Don't Hold Me Back, all these times I used to be working out. That the first video I actually did. And you know what? That's been so long, and that's one of the first Chutney music. I'll be talking about things that I did. I was checking, I was doing a little count there, and I have over 20 videos that I did over the years.
Wow.
And that's a lot. You know what I mean? And I'm sure it's more because I recently did one too. And working out, keeping myself in shape was always there. Then after a while doing the workout and everything, you tend to let yourself go. You know, so in a little period of time that I was with the kind of rum song, I was like really dark character. So I kind of let myself go and trying to clean up myself after that. And when I start cleaning up myself back, well, this is what you see. This is actually the real Hitman. This is actually the real Neeshan Prabhu. This is actually what you see in here. It's on the inside too. You know what I mean? And I got a lot of support home. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who encourage me. Just as they was encouraging me to go down that road, a lot of people encourage me in this road. And when you look at yourself and you feel better and you look in the mirror and you see yourself look good, you feel better. And when you again, I do things not only for myself. I do things now to try to help everybody else. So if they're gonna see Hitman now, say, well, all right, he's up the rum, so he's looking good. Well, let me try to look good too. And what I do, I see a lot of the artists, these nowadays artists are doing it. You know what I mean? They either they're doing something I do, they're singing something I sing. It was something or the other. So I try to do good things. So if they're going to follow, they will follow something good. So what they see right now is actually who Hitman is. Been all the time.
Trendsetter.
Trends, yeah.
Where did the Hitman come from?
Well, I was telling you earlier on when I used to live in New York, right? Well, you know, I'm a big wrestling fan. A lot of guys are wrestling
You
fans,
are,
right?
so am I.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, I see.
So Brett the Hitman,
Brett
huh? Oh my
the
God,
Hit- yes,
I'm
got
so
it.
I'm so sad, Brett. I don't know if you ever see this, man. I just love you guys, and you know what? I'm so sad he's not wrestling anymore. But he was one of my favorite. And when coming up with the song "Don't Hold Me Back" and coming up with the video and stuff, I wanted a name for myself. So this is what we choose at that time, Hitman. And I write it in the back of my shirt. You must in YouTube somewhere is there the first video, and it's right Hitman. And I went to Guyana. That's where it started. And when I went to Guyana people saw the Hitman on the back, and that was it.
That was it. So it's really a Guyanese thing.
Guyana is my home. Guyana is my people.
Which brings me, we know you're Trini to the bone,
Yeah.
but you've been spending quite a bit of time in Guyana.
Yeah.
What is the energy like performing in Guyana?
Well, when I start performing in Guyana, right, I think, you know what, if you're going to analyze this thing, other than Sundar Popo, right, Hitman did it in Guyana. I'm not going to class myself with Sundar because I cherish that guy, what he did and who he is, and he's an actual entertainer. Sundar was a superstar in Chutney before Chutney is superstar. Sundar used to dress. Sundar used to do everything, wear the shades, wear his clothes, drive the biggest car. Sundar was a superstar, and it's so sad that we industry don't have something in place to give these people the props and what they deserve. But Guyana and Hitman go back a long way, and I always give props to Guyana. Lately I was down there. So over the years, they used to say Hitman is half Guyanese. Right? So then that's the kind of thing they go talk on shows when I go. So over the years they ball in half Guyanese, piece Guyanese. So now I hear about 3/4. You know?
So you're crossing over.
So I get but
before you know it.
This is what it's well. Just now I'm whole, you know what I mean. But I love my Guyanese people because they support our Chutney music. You know what I mean. And I think if in the whole East Indian kind of thing, especially with Guyana, Guyana is one of the biggest supporters of Chutney music out of Trinidad. And respect and love them all the time. That's why I always go back to them, and I'm always there. Right when I travel around the world, I represent Guyana, and I just don't even say it. And when artists was to refuse to go there, you understand? Hitman was there, and when they see Hitman mashing up the place, you understand? And Hitman bigging up Guyana, they're going down Guyana and now loving Guyana. You understand? And I love in Guyana a long time, so all come. Alright, good. Yeah. They know who I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Well, I know they're enjoying you being there as well.
All the time.
So, also, being an artist of your caliber, you're always working, you're always on the go. What brought you to New York this time?
Oh, well, it's a very, as you know, as we was talking early on, you know, my life, I'm giving back right now. Always giving back, but it's more in the front line. So this weekend was no different. This weekend was for a very special cause for a home. I think it's a play park in Guyana, and it's Guyana again. So you know, Hitman gonna be there, and I'm here for that. And the show was successful, and it's my way of giving back. And when I hear Guyana, I was here and willing to give back to the foundation, and hats off to Christine Khan and the whole team that pulled off the event last night, and I know you guys was there too, and thank you for coming and supporting it. Sure. And this is what it is, and this is just a next way of giving back. Always giving back. We have to. The Lord bless me with so much abundance, and my talent is my way of giving back. Yeah.
And it was extraordinary. So but on that note, I mean, being the artist that you are, being able to lend your time so freely and so graciously to charity, what other events do you have coming up that we should know about, as well as music works of art?
Well, this stage in my career, I'm doing things that I want to do. I'm recording songs that I want to do, in a sense that if you listen to my music now, you will listen to the different kind of music that I do. I choose my people who I do stuff now with, right? And there are shows. What you see me on is because I choose to be there. I'm not about, is like, you know, a lot of artists, when you're trying to make it in the industry, you gotta put yourself in certain place. I passed that stage already. I think so. And there are certain things we're gonna do in the past. I'm not gonna do that now, you know. And I'm here now at this stage in my career, as I said, to give back. and to try to set an example, you know what I mean? And I live my life in a way that I don't compromise what I believe in for others. You know, if I believe in something, I stand by it, and I believe that the Lord have my back, and I have nothing to fear. So I'm doing things that I want to do, and I know it's making a difference, because when you see kids come up to you, when you see a family could play a song and don't feel shame and take it off the radio and say, I don't want my child hear that, I feel proud about that. You know what I mean? And all the songs in the past, it was good. I love all the songs that I did in the past. I love all the rum songs. I love all the crazy songs, but I'm doing things different now. So this is where I'm at right now.
You know, it's all great. It's all coming from a positive place, and I love that about, you know, anyone that's able to give back. So this was great to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Getting as much as you were able to give us.
Thank you very much.
I know I've learned quite a bit, and I'm sure you, our audience, have also. So we want to thank you so very much for being on Xposed TV, and I hope you come back whenever you feel like. Just let us know.
Well, I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy to be in a program that have this kind of intense and seriousness about it, to get the message out there of artists like myself, that the things that we have in my head, that we would like the people to know, not only what they see, you know what I mean, and get to really know me. And I commend you on bringing out that side of Hitman, you know what I mean. And this is what it is about, and this is the kind of things, as you ask me, what I'm doing now. I'm not doing any interviews anymore, much interviews. I'll be doing serious stuff, things that will worth it and worth doing, you know. And again, thank you for having me here.
Okay. And on that note, folks, we want to thank you for joining us and staying in tune with all that's going on this interview. And also, again, to our guest, Neeshan D Hitman, for being able to speak out and doing things his own way, not being fearful, but being fearless about how he goes about handling his business, because he is a pioneer, a true pioneer. And our hopes of this show was to make sure that his audience, his fans, and his followers embrace him as he goes through this, so that he doesn't go through this alone. So once again, we thank him, we thank you, and until next time, I'm Sarah with Xposed TV, coming out of Stealth Production Studios.
What she want? Yeah. Oh gosh. That what she want. And anyway, how about Chutney singing? You couldn't hold them back. They falling, don't hold me back, don't hold me. They falling, don't hold me back, don't hold me back. She falling, don't hold me. She say